San Pietro in Vincoli, also known as the Basilica of St. Peter in Chains, is a Roman Catholic titular church and minor basilica in Rome. The church is on the Oppian Hill, a short distance from the Colosseum. The name alludes to the biblical story of the liberation of Peter. This church is best known for housing Michelangelo's statue of Moses, part of the tomb of Pope Julius II. The interior has a nave and two aisles with three apses divided by antique Doric columns. The aisles are surmounted by cross vaults, while the nave has an 18th-century coffered ceiling, frescoed in the center by Giovanni Battista Parodi, portraying the miracle of the chains. In this scene, based purely on a fable, Pope Alexander heals the neck goiter of the mythical Saint Balbina by touching her with the chains that had once bound St. Peter. Michelangelo's Moses, completed in 1515, while originally intended as part of a massive 47-statue, freestanding funeral monument for Pope Julius II, became the centerpiece of the Pope's funeral monument and tomb in the Church of Della Rovere family. Moses is depicted with horns, connoting the radiance of the Lord, due to the similarity in the Hebrew words for beams of light and horns. This kind of iconographic symbolism was common in early sacred art, and for an artist, horns are easier to sculpt than rays of light. The basilica was first rebuilt on older foundations in 432 to 440 to house the relic of the chains that bound St. Peter when he was imprisoned in Jerusalem, the episode called Liberation of St. Peter. The Empress Eudoxia, wife of Emperor Valentinian III, who received them as a gift from her mother, Aelia Eudocia, presented the chains to Pope Leo I. The chain is now kept in a reliquary under the main altar in the basilica. Since 1894, a link of the chain has been housed in St. Peter's Church in Rutland, Vermont. Around the world, numerous churches dedicated to St. Peter bear the ad vincula suffix, relating to the basilica and relic. Peter's imprisonment was in Jerusalem and Rome. According to legend, when Leo compared the Jerusalem chain to that of St. Peter's final imprisonment in the Mamertine prison in Rome, the two chains miraculously fused together.
far this walk, part of the walk anywhere, has been the coolest.
Because you're in a tunnel.
because we're in a tunnel.
The Museum and Crypt of the Capuchins of Rome, which opened in 2012, is part of a major complex whose origins date back to the 17th century. The convent, located along today's Via Veneto, was built beginning in 1626 on the initiative of Pope Urban VIII Barberini, whose brother, Cardinal Antonio Barberini, was a member of the order. The museum, opened in 2012, aims to preserve and enhance the historical and artistic heritage of the Capuchin Friars Minor. The 8 exhibition rooms offer a journey through the history of the order, highlighting its deep spirituality and the role it played in the religious and social life of Rome. The first section is dedicated to the convent, built at the request of the Barberini family in 1626 and completed in 1631. It is a vast convent complex designed by the Capuchin architect Fra Michele da Bergamo, with an adjoining church dedicated to the Immaculate Conception. The second section is dedicated to the Capuchin order, one of the most widespread in the world. The third explores Capuchin sanctity, presenting images and stories of saints belonging to the order. The fourth section, titled Culture and Spirituality, displays liturgical vestments, religious and everyday objects, enriched by educational insights into themes such as the bleeding crucifix. The fifth section is entirely dedicated to Caravaggio's work, St. Francis in Meditation, created specifically for the Capuchin convent. The sixth section focuses on the presence and activities of the Capuchins in the 20th century, highlighting notable figures such as Pio of Pietrelcina, Mariano of Turin, Gianfranco Maria Chiti, and Ugolino of Belluno. The seventh section, titled Capuchins Around the World, illustrates the spiritual, cultural, and missionary activities of the order in the 20th century. Pio joined the Capuchins when he was 15 and spent most of his religious life in the convent of San Giovanni Rotondo. He was marked by stigmata in 1918, leading to several investigations by the Holy See. Despite temporary sanctions imposed by the Vatican, his reputation kept increasing during his life, attracting many followers to San Giovanni Rotondo. Stigmata in Catholicism are bodily wounds, scars, and pain which appear in locations corresponding to the crucifixion wounds of Jesus Christ: the hands, wrists, feet near the heart, the head from the crown of thorns, and back from carrying the cross and scourging. On 20 September 1918, while hearing confessions, Pio is said to have had a reappearance of the physical occurrence of the stigmata. His stigmatism reportedly continued for 50 years, until the end of his life. The blood flowing from the stigmata purportedly smelled of perfume or flowers. Pio conveyed to Agostino that the pain remained and was more acute on specific days and under certain circumstances. Though he said he would have preferred to suffer in secret, by early 1919, news that he was a stigmatic had begun to spread. Pio often wore red mittens or black coverings on his hands and feet, saying that he was embarrassed by the marks. After his death on September 23, 1968, his devotion continued to spread among believers all over the world. He was canonized on 16 June 2002 by Pope John Paul II. At the conclusion of the museum itinerary, the visitor is led into an environment of strong emotional and spiritual impact. The crypt, a space that invites reflection and leaves a deep impression. One of the most striking elements of the museum is undoubtedly the crypt, known for its decorations made from the bones of more than 3,700 deceased. This unique place offers a profound reflection on the transience of earthly life and spiritual eternity, a central theme in the Franciscan worldview. The Crypt of the Three Skeletons. The crypt holds 3 juvenile skeletons, symbols of the precariousness of life and universal death. Decorated with bones in complex floral patterns, the crypt houses deceased Capuchin friars and a central figure, probably a Barberini princess, with a scythe and scales to represent death and divine judgment. The tombstones commemorate friars revered for their sanctity, giving the environment a deep symbolic and historical value linked to the Barberini family. The Crypt of the Tibias and Femurs. The crypt is decorated with fascinating and symbolic details. The side walls feature niches with statues of Capuchins, including the revered Brother Anthony of Canton and Father Raymond of Olot, known for his translation of the biography of St. Francis into Arabic. Stacks of bones and skulls adorn the arches and capitals. The back wall and vault are richly decorated with bones and skulls, with floral motifs and crosses of vertebrae. A massive lampstand and splay decorated with a sacred bone and winged skull complete the ornamentation.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. You have been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath.
The Crypt of the Basins. The side walls of the crypt house Capuchins, lying under arcosols, while the back wall features a composition of bones and skulls. 3 Capuchins are depicted in niches, with the central one under a canopy decorated with bones and vertebrae, surmounted by skulls and rosettes. The vault is ornamented with crossbands of basins, vertebrae, and long bones, terminated by 8-pointed stars. In the center, the rosette is composed of scapulae and vertebrae. The side crosses refer to the instruments of Christ's Passion and mark the burial of 7 Capuchins.
Over and over, you're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper under.
The Crypt of the Skulls. The crypt is adorned with reclining and standing Capuchins, inside niches embellished with skulls and bones. The back wall features a winged hourglass, a symbol of the passage of time. The vault is decorated with bands of fibulae and humeri, and features a central sphere decorated with flowers and ribs. Crosses on the floor mark the burial of 7 Capuchins. The aisle is adorned with triangles formed by mandibles and a rosoncino made of shoulder bones, while the chandelier is suspended from an 8-pointed star. The Chapel for the Mass. The crypt, dedicated to Mass for the dead, features an altar with a painting by Jean-François Courtois depicting Mary with child and the souls of purgatory. On either side of the altar are marble tabernacles. On the left wall is preserved the heart of Maria Felice Peretti, plus 1656, and on the right wall is buried Giuseppe Matteo Orsini, plus 1660. The Crypt of the Resurrection. The crypt is decorated with skulls, femurs, and tibiae and triangular arcosoles housing 2 Capuchins. The vault is decorated with rosettes of sacred bones, frames of vertebrae and arches formed from ribs. The floor marks the burial of 7 religious. The corridor wall features crowned hearts and coats of arms, with a skull emerging from basins. At the bottom, a canvas depicts the resurrection of Lazarus, symbolizing hope in resurrection and eternal life. Santa Maria della Concezione dei Cappuccini, Holy Mary of the Conception of the Capuchins, is the first Roman church dedicated to the Immaculate Conception.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity.
The interior has a single nave with 5 chapels on each side. Liborio Cocchetti painted an Assumption on the barrel vault ceiling. The main altar is built in marble by order of Pope Urban VIII. His coat of arms can be seen at the base of the 2 columns. The altarpiece, the Conception, is by Gioacchino Bombelli, from the original by Lanfranco, destroyed by fire.
When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say.
Kelly and Alan hope you enjoyed their exploration of the museum and the crypt of the Capuchins of Rome and St. Peter in Chains. They hope that these videos inspire you to get out and see the world. Be sure to tune in to the next episode, where Kelly and Alan take you on a journey through the Basilica of St. Mary Major, the Basilica di Santa Croce in Gerusalemme, and the Basilica of St. John Lateran. Thanks for watching.